Hey, it's me, Chief Farrell, back from 3 Skill with another update for the Windows plugin. So the Windows plugin is a procedural window maker for Cinema 4D. And let's head over to this figure here. Here we can see all the new functionalities. Basically, I intended to release a much bigger update with much more functionalities, but at the moment I feel very exhausted. I had a lot of personal projects and also have to maintain the plugins and so forth, and this is a lot of work. And also I turned 50 in 1 year and I feel a little bit exhausted, so I overdid this whole stuff. But anyways, I split this this update into 2 updates. So this is the first version here, and here we can see all the new functionalities. So first of all, I added, I think from my perspective, it was the most hot desired topic. So new profile type. So I implemented a new profile type. So you can choose from. When we head over to Cinema 4D, we can see here, when we start the Windows plugin, here a new drop-down menu appears here. So here you can now choose from 2 different profile types. At the moment, we have this default profile type. You can see the window pane is a little bit sunken into the frame, or it's amped into this frame. So this covers also a lot of window types. So this is a default window profile. And when you switch now to the second one, you can see here now it looks much different here. So it is now the window pane is no longer sunken into the window frame and no longer amped into the window frame. It's now flush, with the window frame. And this also is used a lot of time from manufacturers, and I have also seen that in a lot of windows. And I think with these 2 profile types, we cover now most of the What I want to mention quickly is for this new profile type, as you can see here, it is a little bit thinner than the profile type 1. Some customers found that this profile is already thin, but this is much thinner. I remodeled it from a customer, from a manufacturer, window manufacturer. But I find this a little bit, too thin. So maybe in the next update I will fix that. That the window is a little bit thicker here. Also, I have to mention here that from the inner side here, that the window type, profile type 2, doesn't differ here very much. So you can see here, the profile 1 is pretty the same. Profile 2 is has just a few here details here, but doesn't differ here very much from the inner side. Just from the outside, it differs a lot. The next feature was I implemented are the new handle types. So a customer asked me if I would like to implement here new handles. And I did that now. So when we head over to Cinema 4D, we can see here also a drop-down menu appears here in the attribute manager. You can choose now from 4 different handle types. And we can see this is our default handle type. Some customers might not find this very appealing here, this handle type. So I implemented now additional handles. So when we here switch to the second handle types, you can see a very appealing handle type, curved. And this is very nice, also seen in a lot of windows. And the third one is this one, more rectangle shape, cylindrical, also used very often. And the fourth handle type is this one. The next thing here is the new handle rotation. So when we head over to Cinema 4D, you can see here this handle type, and if I open here the window, it automatically rotates the handle to this correct position here. This is at the moment, this is happening automatically. So maybe in the future update, I'll implement here a rotation value so that you can rotate it or animate the rotation, but at the moment it's happening automatically. So when you tilt the window, you can see the rotation is a little bit different here. And as well, if this, maybe if you open it from the top, so it also opens here in this manner here. The next feature is, and probably that one I had put the most effort into it, is the corner window. So when we head over to the corner window, you can see here, in the previous versions, the corner window just exists of two segments, so the left one and the right one. So the corner window has now the ability to create more segments. You can see here, you can, as you know it from the, already know from the rectangle windows, you can give it more segments here on the left side, and it's up to 3. And also you can create top light and a bottom light. The swap parameter is now a little bit enhanced, so let me explain this quickly. Let's say we have two segments, and if you now, if the sim checkbox here is turned on, then if you swap it, it swaps also the distribution, because sim means it takes over the global width for each side. So this width parameter is for both sides, and if you swap, then it mirrors it to the other side. So let's say here I swap it, you can see it's exactly mirrored. Also the handle distribution is mirrored, and this is good if you want to make a corner window from for the other side of the building, for instance. You can quickly swap it. But if this sim parameter is unchecked here, yeah, then this width left is determining the width of the left segment here. And if you now swap, you just swap the widths. You don't swap the distribution, you just swap the width. Yeah. But if this all parameter is checked, then you also swap the distribution. You swap the width and the distribution. As you can see, yeah. These are the new functionalities for the window, for the corner window. This was a lot of work, as well the new profile types. This was also a lot of work. And yes, I hope you will find that useful. The next update was in the in the front window. Let's head over to the front window. In previous version, as soon as you increase the segments, it rapidly dropped down the performance of Cinema 4D. This was a little bit bad coded, so I improved that, and now you're able to create here as much segments as you want, so without dropping down your performance. As you can see, I can now create here much more segments here and do a little bit of a grid, and you have created a quick front window. So the next thing is here this project scaling. So when we head over to Cinema 4D quickly, and you can see here this project scaling is here at the moment inches, yes. And the bad thing is the window plugin was modeled originally in the metric system centimeters, because I come from German and manufacturer measure it with centimeters. So when I create a window profile with 12 centimeter thickness, it's 12 centimeter thick. When you have a project scaling in inches in Cinema 4D, then it's no longer 12 centimeters, 12 units, it's 12 inches thick. So this isn't working here probably with the Windows plugin. The main thing what you do if you have your project scaling here, a project with inches, yeah, and you can see project scale is inches, 500 centimeters high, then you say simply scale a project. You say, okay, we have the metric system centimeters and target scale was inches. Then you say, okay. And then you switch here to centimeters. As you can see, it's still 500 centimeters. And now the project scale is in centimeters. And now when you create a window plugin, now it's working properly here. So we still have this frame thickness. You can see 24 centimeters, 12 centimeters thickness. Now you can work with the window plugin properly. If you don't do this step, for instance, yeah, let's say you don't want to scale it, then it's a little bit tricky here. What you can do is you can simply say here, okay, I have here, I don't want to scale the project. I have here inches. I simply create the window and say here like this. And I don't want to scale it. Yeah. Then I simply switch here to inches. Now it has the correct scaling here, but this scaling isn't working properly. What you have to do is you have also to switch here in your project to centimeters. Yeah. Then it would be working correctly. Yeah, from the scaling here. So it's still 500 centimeters high, but the measure tool isn't working properly anymore. So this is the only downside here. So I really recommend to switch here to scale the project. What you can do is simply, if you want to work with the window plugin, is you simply switch the project or scale the project to centimeters and then work in your preferences here with the units you want to have, maybe inches. So everything is now in inches. Yeah. So let's go switch back to the first thing we had. So when we say here we have seen, it's in inches. Yeah. And let's say we have here centimeters. Then simply scale the project. Say, okay, we have centimeters. I want 1 centimeter is 1 inch. I say, okay. And then you simply switch here the project to centimeters for the window plugin and simply switch here to the unit you want to work with, maybe inches. So this also works here. So you can see the window frame is now 9.5 inches thick. So either you use this and switch to centimeters, the scaling, then it's working for the window plugin, but not for the measure tool. So it shows you not the correct measurements here. So as you can see, when I create the window and rectangle and have here the scene is in inches, and if I switch to centimeters and also here switch to inches, so now my window plugin works properly here from the heights here, but the measure tool is not working correctly. So it's not 500 centimeters anymore. So you can't use the measure tool anymore. So this, you should take this into account. It would be too much effort here to scale the profile to inches internally. Maybe I try this in the next update so that the scale parameter scales the profile and the thickness of the profile for the units. But at the moment it just scales the window, yes, but it doesn't scale here the units here. So yeah, this is a little bit complicated. I recommend here to scale your project to centimeters and then switch the units you want to work with into inches. Yeah, because the Windows plugin is working with a metric with the centimeters scaling here. So okay, this was the whole update for the Windows plugin. So I hope the features were useful and are useful for you. And yeah, I hope you had fun, and we see us in the next video. Yes, and I say goodbye.